Then if I click this, did we do it? Is it good? Yes, okay, finally. Okay, we are good. Okay, we're good. We're finally good. Okay, there we go. Oh, very nice. So let me just separate these for a moment. I do this, I do this, then I overlap with some of these. YouTube, broadcast, open chat. Because this, I have chat in the middle. Oh, finally. Why do I wanna... No, I noticed that Rev published a new video, so like we always do, we're gonna go through that and watch the whole thing. So let's go with the new video. I'm gonna start the pseudo YouTube video now. So hello everyone from YouTube as well. Today Rav published a new video, so we're gonna get right into it and see what is all about. The endgame retail experience from Rav. Let's see. Okay, if the audio is bad, let me know. Oh, got back on the hunter? Always dwarf.
Lemon, pepper, wings on my desk, late ray, got a troll on the parrot, hair spelled blaze or a ravager.
Oh yeah. Song slaps. Damn! He's getting into that marksmanship as well. Good job, bro. Marksmanship with the superior spec. Damn, the song is very long. I wonder who sang it, or is it AI? Oh! For who doesn't know, quick little interesting fun fact. This lady... Wait a second. One sec. This lady should be the lady for whom they took inspiration to do the Night Elf dance. If I'm not mistaken, this is the lady that inspired the Slash dance for Night Elves female. Very interesting fact. The original song, obviously, from the lady.
Attention gamers, I recently suffered through the Disney branded dialogue simulator that is retail leveling, which I quickly learned that while leveling is about as fun as a colonoscopy, retail WoW is designed around the end game, so once I unlocked it, the very first thing I did was reroll a new character. You see, I made the mistake of playing an Invoker, which in theory is cool, but there's a reason why they are the lowest played class even when they are one of the top performing.
If you are measuring your dick right now based on how much you pump and during M0, you are an absolute idiot.
Because as someone so elegantly put it, being forced to be ugly turns people off.
Yeah.
Referring of course to this Jar Jar Binks non-transmogable goofy-ass stretched out Spyro.
That's absolutely...
stuck playing as an evoker, and even...
That's absolutely my reason, honestly.
After sitting through like 80 clickbait tutorials of people with trash microphones, I think I'm just gonna make my own instructional WoW guides channel for stuff like this so people can get the information they need without fluff that doesn't work. Baladash Malinore gives this retail rundown Rav here to talk about how you can avoid being stuck as one of these dipshit dragons. If you are a grade A pussy and playing without war mode enabled, you first wanna flip that shit on and select this time stop talent. Hit the button that says you want to identify as a human and then channel a deep breath, spamming the absolute piss out of your Zanya's key at the end. You'll hit a freeze frame before evolving into a character that doesn't make you want to uninstall your eyeballs, and voila. You can cast all the normal spells that are exclusive to dragons, but now you are permanently in a form that looks like an actual race from World of Warcraft like, and subscribe for more 60-second tutorials. But even with that,
amazing, thanks Rob.
A little too Taco Bell about their kits, so I went back to my roots to start it all over as a hunter, and this was my journey to 90.
Paci, 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 paci. Clap,
Now
clap.
that that's over with, it was time to experience the end game that retail Randys circle jerk each other off to on classic WoW subreddits, and while my original plan was just
I saw it correctly. You played the True Legion. That one is the base form of the Legion artifact. I was not mistaken. My eyes were not, defined. Yes.
to fly around to do stuff I saw on the map. It quickly became apparent that I had no clue what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Now some people may think it's overwhelming and complicated when trying to figure out what to do, but I went to a bunch of streamers and asked,
Mila, tell me, what should I be doing as a fresh 90? Damn it, give me all the shit, please, bro.
P-Love, my boy, Big
I know what
P.
to do.
and from their answers I don't see how anyone can get confused.
So if you're starting now, you want to do your Mythic Zeros.
Delves,
And then do a midnight world tour quest for the Spark.
Nightmare Prey.
Go do this Dragon Alcatraz place.
Mythic Zeros. You will basically lose 80 of them, right? Like,
Maybe I'll reveal it. Get a couple prime subs, I'll talk about it, but we'll see.
Spark
fucking
Nightmare
big.
Prey.
M zeros every day.
No.
do every quest.
Do you know
Do
about
every
the
day.
veteran gear trick?
Bountiful Delve with coffer keys.
Don't
Yeah,
use the
Bountiful
keys.
Delve is
And
one.
you want to do delves as well. If you have
Yeah.
keys, even better.
Don't use the keys.
There's a lot
huh?
of systems and things we need to learn.
Your guess is as good as mine.
M0 World Tours.
Ah?
And then do all the quests here that gives you Spark as well. And make sure to push
Okay.
your Prey, whatever, to level 4.
Then you could upgrade your champion gear for free.
You will
Huh?
unlock Nightmare Prey.
Yes, Pika, yes.
Get into raid.
After that, craft a weapon with the Spark.
So the veteran gear is important.
Is it really that necessary? A guide on what to do once you reach level 90? I don't feel like it's that complicated. You're gonna do it? Do we have to do one?
And go into the upgrade building.
What the
After
hell?
that,
You get in the raid.
That's how the system works. Yeah, it's very confusing.
I don't see how anyone could get confused, but I decided I would just buy a WoW token instead, and then bought a bunch of shit from the auction house instead,
What?
which brought me to 217 item level, which according to none of the RuneScape streamers that I asked was enough to raid.
Yeah.
217 item levels high enough to get into a raid. Really need your input. Crap. 217 is trash.
Yeah,
I
it
wouldn't
is.
accept you.
But I was relying on one specific strategy.
No, I'm just playing, bro. If I saw Rav queue up, I'd be like, all right, we'll take a 217 Rav.
Hux community round. Yes, oh
So
my
I
god.
get into this scuffed run with a chip on my shoulder that you couldn't see because I transmogged over top of it, but I had something to prove.
Yes, aim shot. Go, Rav, go.
Yeah, we wiped, and I let
Oh,
the
shit.
other 3 hunters in the group know that in addition to apparently bringing more DPS than their geared asses, I would also be
By the
bringing
way,
drama
other
to this raid.
hunters. To 17.
In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have gone all Keemstar against all the people that can trade me loot as when we killed it this dropped.
Ace Mastery, not
Sight
bad.
nice in these veins.
Ah,
Turns out I didn't install the streamer client, but this would start the timer on a 2-hour clock to convince this man that I just verbally harassed 5 minutes earlier to give me this weapon. But on to the next boss, where I continued representing for my 217 item levelers in the crowd when I may have gotten a bit ahead of myself.
I'm a gamer, this is easy.
yeah, get out of that, get out of that, get out of that. Rip. That's a tank mechanic, and the healer doesn't know.
Another boss down, another insane roll 90 plus
Yo.
roll, and some overachiever had to outdo me with a
Yeah.
4 wisdom tooth story, but then I remembered my long lost technique.
Nice gear, by the way. Thank you.
If
I
you were
wonder,
wondering,
did
we
you
not
spend
kill the
the
last
gold,
boss, But I
actually?
then decided to hit up some
World tour quest.
and flame me all you want, but there's nothing worse than doing a PvP world quest and running into someone that actually wants to PvP. But unfortunately for this ganker, I was rocking so much juke you could box me up, shove a quarter in my ass, and request I play you a song. Then a good Samaritan offered to explain to me the upgrade system in terms I would understand.
I'll put it in league terms.
Long story short, this ended in a recommendation to not upgrade that gun I just got.
Yeah, do it anyway, who the fuck cares?
Then it was time for the next piece of endgame,
Yeah,
Prey.
the prey system.
Nightmare Prey.
which consisted of teaming up with Azeroth Epstein, who takes you to his murder porn basement where you beat up some caged dude he was just marinating down there, which apparently is the weird stuff he's into.
That was truly delightful to watch.
And then he sends you on a hunt where you need to bait out an
Yes.
ambusher, and there's a lot of speculation around how to do this, but what I found best is to have a 15-month-old daughter who decides to have a blowout on your watch, which to the non-dads a blowout means baby 1 dad 0 when it comes to who is cleaning up shit that evaded a diaper, so you quickly AFK, and this is also as seen by
Huh?
Exhibit F is the best way to bait out an ambush.
Huh? I got a bit confused from how much
On to
text they
endgame system
spammed
numero
there.
6 or 7.
6, 7, 8!
These are like solo dungeons, which is music to the ears of anyone who has trouble playing well with others, but the main
Yeah.
issue that I've found with these is specifically around the fact that your success is solely reliant on your own gameplay.
Yeah, because it's solo, so it relies on you. I
But if
mean,
you and your banging internet GF do manage to outplay the single mechanic that may or may not have killed you 12 times before, then let me tell you there's a surprise waiting for you.
yeah, that's good. That feels good, especially if you have the map.
I then decided to join what's known as Looking for Raid, which is where you can
Yeah.
do the raids on an easier difficulty, but with the added twist that you are grouped up with the 24 stupidest players online in the game at that point in
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Most of the times, I'd say
I
yes.
stayed purely so that I could need on loot that I didn't need, and then act like people were offering me gold for it so I could write up the price to the one person who actually needed it.
50 gold.
You already know what was next.
M0 World Tours.
Oh,
Then it was time for me to
Get
get
in the raid.
again? Yeah.
which was followed
I guess,
by more dungeons
you
where some
didn't
guy
read the
picked up a
mechanics,
ball but couldn't
well.
find the interface button to use it, and while others were trying to help, my suggestion was for him to just
Wait,
jump off the
make sure
cliff so
notice
someone
that.
else could get the ball, but in hindsight I could have worded it better.
Kill yourself. Oh, I wanna hope it's edited. But I'm not.
This is when I lost my simming virginity in WoW, aka where I completed a series
Oh,
of very
no.
rudimentary actions that consisted of copy and pasting the result of one command into a
Raid
website and
bots,
pushing
yeah.
a button, but I felt like a coder badass the
He entered the min-maxing moment of his WoW life. It's gonna spiral down in a horrible way.
entire time, and it ended up telling me that if I equip a different trinket in my bags I can use it to overdose on dopamine in my first ever retail battleground.
Yeah. Oh, Battleground. Yeah, no, it doesn't really work like that, but yeah, okay, bam.
Then it was time to get back to the final boss of the raid and effectively beat World of Warcraft, and while some people were able to get a smooth, ultra-coordinated, calmly led group through heroic progression, I had a pug with a raid leader from a realm called Ragnaros who was definitely on the verge of kicking me after every pull.
Pull the arrows in Hanta. Hanta, now.
Little tip for every hunter. When you do this mechanic, I'm saying this because I was kind of reading the other night. When you do this fucking boss, okay, and the mechanic comes out, you're a hunter, okay? Most of the time don't have to do anything. So after the explosion of the tanks and the other guys, okay, you go and stand here on the corner, very simple, okay? And then once you are sure that your back is pointing the other platform, you jump and you press disengage. Clap, 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 clap. Very easy, so you don't die and don't make a swipe for the 4th time because you fucking can't jump. Very simple trick. Thanks, every hunter. Thanks. And if you use a movement speed ability, it's easier to jump. Someone fell off. Okay, steady shot, steady shot.
How is he dead again?
How is he dead?
But at the end of the day,
Oh. Let me see, let me see. Okay. 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 I see. He wasn't looking at the screen. Okay, I see. Makes sense.
but at the end of the day, you just have to buckle down, learn from your mistakes, and hit that retail progression in
GG's.
earned the right
Damn,
to
the
watch
Frost
final
Mage was doing
cinematic.
a shit ton of damage. What? Yeah, I heard a lot of people had this problem with the cinematic.
Lastly, as a classic Andy, I learned you can go through old raids to get mounts, so I figured I would piss off the WoW community by showing you all what I got on my first run.
Lemon pepper wings.
Damn.
Lemon.
First run. You know what? I have a bit of a theory now. I feel like Rav, you already saw my last video probably. Rav is not the first time that he's playing retail. You know how he hides, where is it? At the beginning, where is it? When he creates the new character. It's like around here.
If you are times spamming the
Yeah.
character that exclusive
Okay.
can some
Yeah.
talk kit, so I went back to my. That's
It didn't show, but I'm pretty sure, like we saw in the previous video, that it is not his first time playing retail. Why do I say
Nightmare
that?
Prey.
First, Alaron first try, he didn't show loot, so I don't believe him. It's like the mukbang video, if I don't see him swallow, he's not eating, he's spitting everything out. I don't trust mukbang videos. The bars, okay, it was a bit too fast. You know, a new player usually doesn't really have good bars. You can, but you know, maybe someone told him to, you know, reorganize bars. But it's something that usually new players don't really have for a long time until they get really attached to the game. But you know, he's a classic player, so. But then, what am I seeing here? He has the tabard. You see this tabard? It's not that simple to get. And you see this bow? It's pretty simple to get, but you know, you kind of have to waste some time there. It's the first form, but you know. And then the Trasmo. This is a piece from Draenor. You know, who the fuck plays Draenor right now?
subreddit, and while my original plan
So, yeah, also the feet and the hands, I'm guessing,
just a
are from Draenor. Who the fuck would wanna play Draenor as of right now to level up the character, you know? You don't just do that. It's very strange, little Rav. It's very
around to do stuff I saw on the map,
strange.
it quickly became apparent that I had no clue what I was supposed
So,
to be doing.
yeah,
M0.
yeah.
Bringing, I just
Very,
Achiever.
very
I
strange.
then he sends you on
I'm
a
not
hunt
really
where you need to bait out an
sure.
ambusher, and there's a lot of speculation.
Let me see what else. Ooh, this mount as well. Didn't you have any gold?
FK.
But the
this
mount is
also
whatever,
seen
you know.
by but if you and your back
Let me see if I have any other clue to suppose. The SimC is not really, you know, someone could have just explained it. I'm guessing he's an old retail player coming back from like Legion or something. Or Draenor, maybe the last expansion he played was Draenor, possibly. Anyway, very good video as always. Everyone, thanks for watching. Go sub, Rav, and leave a like on the video. It was very, very good. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time. Bye. That's very interesting. I'm making content. I've been saying for some time, not just tier list and clips. What you mean actual content? Tier list is content. And clips is also content? Like you mean video like this? So true, WoW YouTubers have been playing for how-to guides video nowadays. There used to be a lot of variety and creativity. Not a sick creator. I'm doing that? Kinda. First try Ashes, insane GZ. Congrats. Not all my clips are like this, but you know, the video where I actually try are the one that gets the least amount of viewers. Yeah. Let's see. This one, there's a lot of clipping. But, I mean, there are all clips, but you know, there's the shrimp moments, so it's a bunch of clips. So it's funny. And then you have this one. Maybe it's not the video that you're doing, but you know. What do you mean by that kind of content? Because you see, and then the videos that get most views are like tier list and reacting content. So at that point, I see 20 views, like, and then yeah, no, it doesn't really. I'm very. See, I mean, I should do this Midnight is Good again, you know. I feel like now is a good time to do another update on that part. You know, to watch again. I randomized all of WoW Classic, then I did Hardcore. I don't think you can actually do this. I'm trapped and we are 70% complete. Expansion unlocked, that is 20. Damn. What's that? The hidden cosmic horror of Overwatch creepiest interaction. Upcoming trading post. Ooh, let's see. Yo, this is very cool. I mean, we all see the base model behind this. It's the classic male muncher and all those worms, but it's very cool indeed. The plant-based theme, thematic, very cool. Griffon, yeah, simple tabard, very nice. I may buy this one. The Tauren armor is very cool. The sword is insane also. Taurens are eating very good this season. I mean this month. Taurens are eating really good this month. Quest is late on boards, yeah. Like, see, also this guy. There are a lot of, you know, players, honestly, making content. There was another guy that made a lot of content on Legion Remix. But you see, the problem is that the tier list and stuff make way more views than everything. Because nowadays, the community just grew so much older. Then they don't care about that type of content anymore. So they just want the boring stuff. I don't see like an old 30, 40-year-old guy looking at my content and go like, it's so fun. Guys, my shoulders hurt when I laugh. Why? What have I done? Did I sleep in the incorrect way? I'm fucking old. What the hell? I slept bad. Oh, shish. Let me...
No, but like straight up, if my daughter was like, "Mom, guess what? I got a boyfriend," I'd be like, "Oh, congratulations! Like, what do they do? Do they play games with you? Yeah, they play World of Warcraft with me. That's awesome. But like, what do they play?
They play Warrior.
Human male power.
Oh god.
Go to your room right now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Go to your fucking room.
Yeah, I can see that, honestly.
No, but like straight up, if my daughter was like, "Mom, guess what? I got a boyfriend," I'd be like,
Human male paladin called something like Turion. Female night elf talking about male human. I can't. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What do you want? Night Elf is the best race. Only female exist though. Only females exist. Very simple. Why does everyone love the Scourge in WoW? Because it's about Warcraft 3 and everyone loves Warcraft 3 and the story was really fucking good, but there's also a lot of other stories that are really fucking good. All new amazing Transmog. You know that I cannot say no. I love Transmog.
I will show you all the new.
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, the Void, the new Void things.
The set just doesn't look that great, so
yeah, I saw them. We're gonna look at them later.
Seasonal rewards without spending weeks.
No,
the four different
thanks.
colors that are.
Yeah, the new torrent that we saw 1 second ago in the trading post. With the sword, the bird.
We had
something for the Worgens.
Really.
Oh my lord, a recolor of the bow. Okay, Void touched weapon. Okay, we have this one was from TBC if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, these are all recolors from TBC. All no, what else? Vrat? Was it Vrat or no? It's TBC. It's TBC. All recolors from TBC. Can we please have some more bows in the game that don't fucking suck ass? Please, if you don't mind. Like, can we have something like the black bow from Illidan? You know? Is it too much to ask? Yes. What the hell? Let me go on Warhead. We also I don't have an AD blocker. I literally don't have an AD blocker. It's just it's just a normal Firefox. I literally don't have an AD blocker. There you go. Is it better? Yeah. Okay, let me see. We have mounts. Some more class tuning. Race to World first. Yeah, it started. How did your spec fare during Heroic Week? It's absolutely stupid, but let's see, just out of curiosity. Learn the mythic. I know that the demonology is like kind of broken. Because you have one guy in the guild that parsed like the wars and he was like 3rd in damage. It was like 5 to 6k DPS below the guy that parsed 98 on a Feral Druid. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty insane. So demonology, I know for this fact only, is way better than how Feral is. And I feel like demonology is very good and Feral is not. The best tanks, let's see. I know that Blood Decay probably sucks ass. Because I play that class right now and it feels stupid. Arms Warrior buff and Guardian Druid nerf. Maul Rust, okay. Incoming, interesting. Buff to Algetar, okay. 4 hour maintenance scheduled ahead of Mythoplaza, okay. Season 1 race to the world first. New feature, Transmog. A new mount, I have a Talaman. For midnight, I don't care. Let's see what we have open for now. Okay, mounts with that flower guy, the bird that we saw before, very good. A new horse, the Gilnean. So we have new cosmetics for Torrents and Worgens, very, very interesting. We have a monkey with flowers and a bear. Unbound, ooh, very cool, very simple. I like the Wyrm, the Mana Wyrm something, okay. The bee, a Hawk Strider, Snapdragon, another Eagle, Void Corrupted Lynx. Is this a mount? No, this cannot be a mount. It has not settled anything. What? Okay. Strange. Cute, I mean, that's alright, nothing crazy, but decent mounts, decent mounts. Let's see. Additional coming March 23rd. So, what came out today for the US and will come out tomorrow as of watching this post in Europe. So, Frost Decay, all damage increased by 4%, not PvP. Druid Guardian, more Raise and Ravage damage reduced by another 20% compared to the previous week, so it was still too good. Heart of the Wild, Cat Form, Moonkin from form, damage reduced by 20%. Okay, Moonfire and Red Moon, damage reduced by 10. Season 1, 4 preset bonus, nerfed effectiveness by 50%. Arms Warrior, Mortal Strike damage increased by 12%, Execute damage increased by 15%, and Cleave damage reduced by 10%. So it was doing pretty good in AoE, but the single target was actual dog shit. Okay, interesting. So this is the last minute buff that we saw before. That is probably this one. Yeah, okay, exactly. So let's see the other changes. Demon Hunter, Devourer damage increase all around by 3%, Focus Ray damage bonus increased by 30%, so was it's now 80, was 50. Collapsing Star main target damage bonus increased to 75, was 50. Okay, very interesting. So Devourer was lacking damage all around. Yeah, I kinda felt that. Druid Restoration, Rejuvenation and Germination healing increased by 10. Tranquility healing increased by 10, Wild Growth healing increased by 10, and Embrace of the Dream healing increased by 35. Yeah, the Druid was falling a bit behind compared to some other healers, but this could actually make it have some sort of comeback. Then we have Evoker, Devastation Disintegrate damage reduced by 5% for Devastation Evoker only. Okay. Skill Commander, Might of the Black Dragonflight with bonus to Black Spell reduced to 20 was 30 for Devastation Evoker only. Flame Shaper Twin Flame damage increased by 25% for Devastation Evoker only. Okay. I don't know what this means. The Devastation Evoker main, make what you want out of this. The Evoker is literally the only class I have never played to max level. Preservation, all healing reduced by 5%, time of need healing increased by 50, Everdant Embrace healing increased by 15. So I guess the overall healing was too high, and the heal of these two was a bit too low for what they expected. Hunter, Beast Mastery, all damage dealt increased by 5%, not in PvP. Interesting for PvE. Marksmanship, Asset of the Hydra effectiveness reduced to 35 was 65. This is gonna be very fucking hurtful in PvP. Aim shot damage increased by 8% does not affect PvP. And this is bullshit, this should have affected PvP as well. Why do I say that? Because in Arena, the marksmanship is literally a pain in the ass to play, because right now they removed my explosive trap, and trying to play the fucking game without explosive trap is a pain in the ass, because every single melee treats me like I'm their bitch or something, because I cannot get them off me in any single way. And if my teammates are not ready, it's really fucking hard to play MM right now. So, nerfing the damage is okay, but at least the in-shot damage could have stayed there. Why do I say that? Because you have a 2.3 second cast possibly to use that in-shot, okay? And if you land it, you may do like 50k crit, 70k crit outside of burst. But also 20k non-crit. But if you don't land it, it's a 2.3 second of downtime damage that you just could have spent, like, I don't know, jiggling your balls while staying seated. And then comes the Paladin, or the fucking Rogue Sub, dealing 200 million damage in 1.5 seconds, while your burst take like 8 GCDs to be full and can be healed very easily every single fucking second. It's very exhausting, but maybe I just had bad teammates, you know? Maybe my damage output was affected by bad teammates, or maybe I'm just that bad apparently. Because fuck, this spec feels bad. Sometimes. In arena. In battleground it's very good. Paladin, Holy. Reflection of Radiance proc rate has been significantly reduced for Holy Paladins. Hammer of and Anvil. Healing increased by 35. Rite of Sanification primary stat gained to 5 was 2, so more than 100% buff for Holy Paladins. Does not affect PvP combat. Nice. Rite of Adjuration healing increased by 150% for Holy Paladins. Does not apply. Okay. Dishi Priest, all damage reduced to 12%, very nice. Does not affect PvP combat, but could have also affected PvP combat very easily because they are dealing too much damage. Powered Shield and Void Shield absorption increased by 15%, okay. And Flash Heal and Shadow Man Heal increased by 15%, both not in PvP. Good, I guess. It's good because they nerfed the damage. All damage reduced by 12%, it means that you actually heal for less. So interesting. They buffed the shield and void shield absorption. They want to shift it more back on the shield and prevention of damage rather than the after healing. They are telling me that. Rogue Assassination, all melee damage. Ability and melee damage increased by 4%, so I guess they're coming back in PvP as well, or sub is still too good. All ability damage increased by 4 for Outlaw as well, and for sub 3% does not affect. What? But sub was doing pretty fucking good, no? Also in PvE, no? Am I mistaken? I thought that the rogue was doing pretty good. Oh, anyway. Shaman, Elemental, Lava Burst damage increased by 20%, Elemental Blasting damage increased by 15, Earth Shock damage increased by 15, Lightning Bolt damage increased by 10, Voltaic Shock damage increased by 10, Voltaic Blades damage increased by 10. So, huge buff all around for the Elemental rotation. I guess in PvE is gonna, climbs a few places in a ladder. Of damage. Interesting. Restoration, all healing increased by 3%. Nice. It was lacking something. It was not the worst, but not too good. Warlock Demonology, all ability damage reduced by 4. Honestly, I don't feel like it's gonna be enough, seeing what I saw in my raid. Later we're gonna see the tier list, but I already know this is not gonna be enough. PvP. Druid, Resto, reactive resin healing increased by 50%, damn, and whole healing increased by 5% in PvP combat. Yeah, finding a Druid was like the best thing to fight as a healer because it was fucking trash. Like, we just straight up went on the Druid. It was that simple. Feral all damage increased by 9%. This may be dangerous. Death Knight, Frost, all damage increased by 8%, okay, very good, it actually needed something like this. Demon Hunter Devourer, Reverse Magic has been added, thanks God, but the problem is that Devourer still has a lot of problems for now. I don't know if they're gonna be fixed by gear and the tier set addition, but it has very, very huge problems coming from the build of a possibility, the possible builds to play. Like, it has only one possible build that you can play. The other one doesn't really, work that well because it doesn't combo with the tier set. But they should be able to fix that. I heard they should fix that. And also, zero survivability. Like, finding a fucking Demon Hunter Devourer is like the best thing to one shot. So, no, yeah. Evoker Devastation, all damage increased by 4%. I'm not very happy. Every time a Devastation gets too good, I only see my team getting absolutely wiped in one GCD, so not my favorite. Mage Arcane, all damage increased by 8%. Arcane Missile damage increased by 40%. I wish they didn't do that because I hate finding Arcane. They blink and then they blink again 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 and then they blink again. But maybe I'm mistaken and they changed it. I haven't found an Arcane Mage against me for a long time now. Monk Mistweaver, all healing reduced by 10%, by 8%. Thanks! They should also nerf the damage, but for now it's good. I hope it does actually something. I don't know if it's actually gonna change anything. But thanks God, at least they acknowledge, they are acknowledging the fact that the Mistweaver is way too fucking good. Pala, Holy, mana regeneration reduced by 30, I don't care, I want the Pala rate 3 damage nerfed again, honestly. This and the Rogue Sub. I don't see Rogue Sub, that's very bad. Rogue Sub damage should be reduced by like 20% in PvP, because right now it's not possible that I get one tapped in 2 GCDs outside of Shadow Blades, but inside of Shadow Dance. Like, it's not fucking possible. How is that even fair compared to my stupid 2.3 seconds? Like, you get one tapped in the same time on full bars. You get one tapped in the same time that I cast a named shot against a sub rogue. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, elemental damage reduced by 4% makes sense after all these buffs up there. Enhancement damage increased by 80%. Primordial Storm damage reduced. Surging increased haste by 10 was 15. Reduced by 50. Okay, makes sense. Enhancement was indeed one-tapping people, but I would like to see also, oh yeah, the Windwalker Monk. The Windwalker Monk doesn't make any fucking sense. Outside burst, inside burst, outside playing with a keyboard, with your monitor turned off. The Windwalker will fucking one-tap you no matter what. So please, a bit of nerf on that side as well. Like, Windwalker is too good right now. And I'm guessing some buffs on Affliction. Damage increased by Corruption and Withdraw by 20, yeah. Agony damage increased by 20, okay. Unstable Affliction last 12 seconds was 8, and 50% chance increase in its total damage dealt, okay. Shadow Ball damage increased by 100%, and Raid Soul damage increased by 100%. Very interesting. I'm worried because Affliction is always a bit of a pain to balance, especially when it's too much dot. But okay. One wish that I have for Blizzard, please give me Explosive Trap for Hunter back. Also, I don't care, give me as a PvP talent, but please give me Explosive Trap back, because I cannot deal with any single melee anymore. Like, the Warrior charged me one time, I disengage. Charge me a second time, I stun the guy and run away. Leaps on me. Done, in fact. I have to press defensives. I actually have to press defensives. I cannot do anything anymore. Monk is even stupider. Goes on me, I disengage. He slowed me by 90% on arrive. Okay, whatever. I disengage, I'm not slowed anymore. God fucking damn it, how many messages are they sending me? I'm not slowed anymore after the disengage. Whatever. Rolls again. Slows me again. I use my freedom ability. I run away. Use the dragon fucking flying ability missile. Is on me again. Slows me again. 90%. Immobile. I'm dead. Like, one tap. If I don't turtle, I'm dead. And if I turtle, he doesn't care, because as soon as I'm out of turtle, he has again another roll. I don't have my disengage, I don't have any mobility. What happens? Even if I slow him, he doesn't care. I cannot slow him, because he just gets the freedom from his fucking ability. Then he comes on me and one-shot me again, because apparently the full burst is not even half of his damage. He has always burst. Fucking Windwalker monks. Well guys, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Please remember to subscribe, like the video if you like the video. Thanks guys, bye. Okay, next. How did spec... just to be clear, this is absolutely useless information. No one should look at this shit. It's gonna change everything. But anyway, let's see. Okay, let's see, 95 percentile stats. So this is based on, you know, good players. So, overall damage means the cleave damage on adds the single target damage, means everything. Let's see on overall damage. I'm expecting a Warlock on top. Demonology, obviously. Devastation, yeah, marksmanship is doing pretty good in PvE. That's absolutely to say, because in PvE, mobs don't usually go around fucking pillars. And then we have Destruction Warlock. okay. Frost Mage, Fury Warrior, nice, those buffs really helped apparently. Retribution Paladin, Shadow Priest, Affliction, Havoc, Windwalker, Anoli, okay, Survival, Here's the Herald, I was saying before. Pretty embarrassing, a 20% difference. Elemental Shaman was pretty fucking bad, also with Frost Decay. Outlaws, you see the problem is that every class, now again, this is pretty stupid to watch, but I'm saying this in general, there should not be more than a 5 to 10% difference between classes. Because right now, why would you ever take a Beast Mastery that does 70 when you can take a Demonology that does 93? Why would you ever take something with 20 power less, you know? It's stupid. Single target damage, Demonology is also on top. Marksmanship, Destruction, Anoli, Frost Mage, Shadow Priest. Devastation, Feral, yeah, the Fury falls down dramatically because the Fury is good only on Cleave. That luckily in this raid there's a good amount of, and for this reason I think arms should be higher on single target damage. I'm very fine with the fact that they try to distinct Fury Warrior as being an AoE class, an AoE spec, sorry, and arms being single target. I'm very fine with that. But my only problem is that at least make something of this poor spec, because it's embarrassing to see it right now here all the time. And it's embarrassing to see like 1, 2, and 3 specialization of the same thing on top, like this high up. When you have something like Balanced Druid and Feral Druid down here, Warrior right here, all 3 rogue specs down here. Like, it's very embarrassing, like it's clearly there's some favoritism, but you know, we've already seen that with the Trasmo options, the Warlock is clearly the favorite child in Blizzard, always been like that. Let's see on bosses, let's see directly on the full thing. No, okay, there's not. There's the overall and the circle target, yeah, but it's stupid. Like, Demonology being this far, I'd like to, if the Demonology was like here, where's the Hunter is, honestly, don't nerf too much these ones. Just buff these ones. Like, don't nerf here, buff here. Like, a nerf here is fine, but little. A buff here is necessary. You know, you see what I mean? But like, again, the problem is that these raids aren't always good to determine how good the class is, because there may be scenarios like here the Fury is way higher on overall damage because there's a lot of cleave in the raid, and because of the boss have basically all the bosses except for 1 or 2 have a lot of cleave. Fury is gonna be way better than Arms because Arms has way less consistent cleave. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the big difference, and I'm not mad about it, you know, but at least if you know that for this tier there is gonna be this difference, I don't know, do some serious separation between the classes, you know what I mean? I mean, between the specs. This is my opinion. Anyway, not very important. Let's see the tanking. During a heroic week, Guardian Druid were the hardest hitting tanks on every boss encounter, though this may not last as small raids just get reduced by 20%. After, okay, Protection Warrior and Brew Master Monk and their own, and then up with neck to neck. And obviously the blood fucking sucks. Yeah, but I don't care about damage. I wanted to see a bit more on durability rather than damage. Well, Vengeance is excellent during encounters with multiple boss targets, such as, yeah, they lacked in most of the single target boss fights, similarly, the only encounter where Blood Decay entered the top half was during the 3 encounters of the, yeah. Finally, Protection Paladins came in last place in nearly every boss encounter, and there do not appear to be any buff coming their way, so this may not change as we head into Mythic. But this is damage. Why do you say the best tanks if it's just damage? I mean, Midnight Season 1 ranked tier list? Yeah, like, can we have some buffs, please? It's so sad that every time the fucking Blood Decay has to suck ass. Can we have something, please? Please. I don't wanna suck ass every single time. Oh well. Dario agrees with Rav unpopular opinion about WoW. He's not wrong. He has the entire fucking thing. Can I hear the only opinion?
Before our big race,
Did someone put... Can someone ping the moment he agrees with his opinion? At mean, this is not true. I actually started playing WoW as a whole in BFA before Shadowland. I love this version of the game over Classic by far. I also played Classic WoW as well during Wrath and Classic Anniversary, Realms as well. Just not for me as a game, it's too easy, but takes forever. If it was truly hard when I would enjoy it more classic with full fake difficulty and class imbalances. From my experience as well, most people who play retail started with retail. Most of my friends who play started Legion and Legion going to BFA. Someone who does actively played both don't. Lemon Pepper Wings, okay. Classic is LOL, retail is Dota 2. I can kinda see that. I know both retail and classic on forums as well. Classic teaches you wrong. Let me see the moments. I need to know this track ID. Okay. Oh, I want to know. Everyone is pinging 14 and 08, 06, so we're gonna look at that, yeah.
that's a lot of words, but did you guys follow that? Retail players learned on class.
Let me wait. What did he say?
It's really.
Wait.
PC's
Let me see the whole
gangbang.
thing.
Let's
Wait.
get back to retail, where I figured if healers aren't skilled enough to keep me alive,
Okay.
I will just be a healer myself.
Okay. Yeah, remember this part. Let's see what Sario says. Let's see if I agree.
Bro, it's really hard to learn retail. Someone in the chat a few minutes ago said something that I think
Yes
is
and
actually
no.
pretty true. Retail players didn't learn retail on retail. Retail players learned retail on classic when retail was classic.
I want to say half and half. I somewhat agree and disagree. Why? Because most of the players now are relatively new to the game. Like, if I think about my guild, for example, in my guilds, I like 70% of the players are from pre Wrath of the Lich King. But like the other 30% came later. Like myself, I started around Wrath, but it's not really, something that I can declare that I was a bit too stupid. I mean, I was playing the game just to play the game. I was not really playing the game like you would, but I was playing the game. I actually, you could say, started during Pandaria, really. And then actually got into endgame content and what is the more modern version of the game in Legion. But I wouldn't say I learned personally in Classic. Yeah, I think my WoW experience all comes down from Pandaria and Legion, honestly. More so Legion, where I actually spent most of my hours playing. Yeah, I just spent a huge amount of hours playing the game. That's when most of my time comes from. Yep, during Legion, absolutely. And so with this opinion, I can say yes, but you'd be surprised by how many people actually started playing in the more recent versions of the game compared to how many people started in Classic. But let's hear the whole thing.
But did you guys follow that? Retail players learned on Classic, like they started maybe in Wrath or TBC or like even like Kata or Mob, and a lot of them are still playing today, and they kind of quit and come back and quit and come back. And there's some players that are you know, of course, new, but I'm talking like large percentage here. Most people,
I don't know.
right? Most people.
I
are new
wouldn't
from a
say
year ago
most,
that played WoW,
honestly.
or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Very small number. So I think the point stands from the chatter. Most people learn retail on Classic. It's hard to learn retail on retail.
No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say, honestly, if I have a friend that started retail recently. He basically learned the game in like less than a week. It takes way less time to learn than something like, you know, League of Legends. It's way easier than it may seem. It's just a bit, not confusing, overwhelming, I'd say, for some new players that maybe get into the MMO genre with WoW. It can be a bit overwhelming. Like, you know, you go from something like Call of Duty with the interface that is pretty easy. You have your gun in the middle of the screen. You maybe have the grenade displayed there, the ammo, munitions displayed in another point, and that's it. That's all the interface. And then you join WoW where you have 5 people here, 1 guy here, all the bars here, all these icons with the cooldowns and the map and the quest here, and it can be overwhelming, but it's not more complex. I'd also say that retail WoW is better for new player, but also worse if you are alone. Like, if you're invited by a friend, retail is 100 times better. But if you start maybe alone, like, Classic can be more satisfying because it's more on the experience rather than the end game. You know, interesting point, though. Interesting point.
I think it's a challenge that Blizzard's facing, right? It's
Yeah.
hard to learn retail on retail.
No.
Retail requires you to play with friends. Well, it's like requires you to just like learn and study, right?
It requires you to play with friends. Now, it sounds a bit contradicting compared to what I said a second ago. But no, I don't think it's that. Because the end game is easier if you play alone on retail. You can do anything actually in Classic. My point was, in Classic, you go around the world leveling up. You have the experience of leveling up, and the class is designed to level up. So this is because in retail leveling up sucks. Okay, let's just put that in the clear. So we have that out of the way. So the point is, in Classic you have fun leveling up. You find people maybe that help you doing quests and shit. And you level up to 60, and then bam. But if you don't have a guild or friends, you can stop playing there because you can't do absolutely anything. You can enter Alterac Valley and stay AFK for 24 hours. Good job. Nice. In retail, the leveling experience sucks a bit more, so on that point, more players could be like could be prone quit the game before even reaching max level. But then after you reach max level, if you just use your fucking eyes and read what's on the screen, like the quest, not even the full quest, but like, see, you see here, you see, access a neighborhood from your capital city. Khadgar portal taken to a Hellfire Peninsula. Sacred spear acquired. 10 rusty axe. See what I mean? Just read that and you'll be fine. Retail is not harder to... No, let's see.
Like this really slow process where you kind of unpack it and figure it out. It's like, it just all hits you at once. It's tough. It's tough to learn retail.
I mean, if you boost, yeah, it does hit you all at once. Otherwise, no, it doesn't.
Retail.
Maybe healing is harder on retail. That's a fact. Okay, if you are talking only about healing, then I 100% agree with you. Healing in retail is way harder than it is on vanilla, because on vanilla, on the vanilla version, during a dungeon, maybe 1 to 2 people take damage, a big boom, and then they're good for a good amount of time. You just spam healing on the tank, and you're good. In retail, there's a way more variables with the healings. So yeah, with the heals, I can agree. It's way more complex to heal in retail than it is in vanilla.
I later learned that I could drown my sorrows in some Silvermoon street drugs that would make the city go from looking like this to this.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Let's see another point. You don't even have to buy it from the Action de Arcantina as an inky potion, just link around for free to pick up. You need to know this track. Yeah, we saw that before. I learned the buff in Classic as on forums and website. Classic teaches you wrong. Yeah, it does. Compared to how, you learn. Let's say, a lot of people are disagreeing with him and agreeing with me. Now, retail players did not learn on Classic the notion that the game in Mob Kata was closer to vanilla TBC than retail is weird as hell. The Classic community has learned that Kata Mob were the downfall of WoW for years. Most retail player never saw vanilla back in... yeah, absolutely. It's hard to learn retail on retail. That's literally what every WoW player has ever done until Classic came out. What the fuck is this scope? Yes, the current new player retail experience probably an all-time low point. I don't know about that. But that's not because you push into it's because there are many different ways to play retail, so making a one-size-fits-all yeah, I agree with this. There's little retention to the game because it's really hard for the game to, encapsulate every single player and what they want to do as soon as they start. Like, you join the game because you like housing. But maybe you don't know how to continue on the housing and you are forced to do every other thing, so you're not really, I don't really, Maybe then you can try other systems, you maybe start to love raids and stuff. But, yeah, no, it's not very easy for everyone to start. And then another very important point is that when you start retail, if there's no one to explain shit to you, it can be again a bit overwhelming. But that's not because they push you into complex systems, it's because there are many different ways to play retail. What else to wait to say it's a shit game? It's not a shit game. It's really hard to learn retail if you are restarted. Retail is an over-designed shit show. Was always a pile of joke and shadow on itself. Classic, your time matters with the gear you grind. Retail, nothing matters. I'd say the contrary, honestly. In retail, your time matters, so if you want to play in Alta, you can play in Alta without having to waste another 26 hours leveling up from 1 to 60. Sorry. 26 hours takes you to like level 30. So yeah, that's just, it's a game, everything, it doesn't matter. The same with your comment, doesn't change what I said at all. Your comment matters not. To me, yes. This guy is full of hatred. This is one of the players that ruined the game for everyone, honestly. Like, why would you ever, make a comparison like this and then stand on... I can... Shit, let me rephrase everything because now it sounds bad. Like, the toxicity out of this comment is like coming out in a physical form for how toxic this is. It's pretty, cringe at that point. Retail, nothing matters. No, it's just two different games. Like we all see that you're a classic Andy. You're just talking with the gear you grind, so you just care about gear. That's your point? And what about all the other players that don't give a fuck about gears? The new housing player, the achievement player, the mount player, collectors in every way. The one that does PvP and don't care about gear because, hey, spoiler. If you play PvP, you take little to no time to gear your character decently, okay? You don't need to upgrade anything. You take the piece, you're good. You just need to get better at it. So it's just a matter of PvE and gear. You reduce the game to a whole lot of nothing. Not nothing matters. You reduce retail to nothing. That's the problem with this comment. Yeah, now I phrased it correctly. Sorry. Let's see. Why don't I like retail? WoW. But you're playing retail WoW right now. Why do you have to... Fucking stand this shit, man. Like, I hate retail WoW, I hate retail WoW, and then he plays a retail WoW that the heroic thing to get more views because now it's meta and blah blah blah. Fuck off. Don't do it then. Like, what the... If you don't like it, you don't need to play it. World of Warcraft Midnight immersing with a relaxing gameplay work through Paladin.
Hey everybody.
Distribute the Unders to the warriors.
Please tell me he mounts. He moves as mount. Don't fly. Oh, yes, baby. He knows his shit. No, he flies. Ah, well. I mean, for these places, yeah, he has to. I mean, he can also not fly. But at least he's using the slow flight. No, okay, never mind. Ah, very unfortunate. There's way more combat than I remembered. I didn't expect it. I thought there was very little combat. I see there's a lot of... Oh yeah, no, it's flying from place to place. That's very sad. I feel like... Yeah, if you wanna go full relaxing, the mount, ground mount... It's probably a better experience. Overall, if you care about, you know, the whole impression, but you know, whatever. Who are these people? Why don't like replay retail WoW? At least he's not playing retail WoW. Alliance race that abandoned the alliance. Don't care. Dead internet theory. With us or against us? Single Maxim Midnight, Dungeon Lore, Disturbing Overwatch, Fax. Oh! Scribblenauts was such a good game. What gem did I just found? Scribblenauts was such a good... I remember playing the first Scribblenaut on Nintendo DS. It was such a good game. And then, once I got my PC, the first game that I actually bought on Steam was Scribblenauts, I don't know, Unlimited. It was such a good game. Let me watch the video. We're gonna go down the hole of nostalgia right now. More than the average retail player.
Anything you want to life in order to solve a variety of puzzles. But what if we restricted that to as few things as we could? How few words do we actually need to finish Scribblenauts? Before we get into this challenge, I want to lay out a few ground rules. First and foremost, every unique object that we summon to complete a level is counted towards our total object counter. We can reuse the same item as many times as we want. We're not going for minimum summons, we're going for minimum types of summons. This also means that any items that spawn in levels are fair game. Second, I'm going to be running this game in accordance to the any% rules on speedrun.com, in which the run ends upon completing either 10-11 action or 10-11 puzzle. This is mainly because I don't think this challenge is as interesting when doing 100%. As a lot of the puzzles just require you to spawn really specific items. The more items we have access to because of being forced to spawn them, the less interesting the game will become later on, because rather than being forced to work with a limited toolset in unconventional ways, we will just have an abundance of options open to us. Third, I'm not allowed to replay levels. Scribblenauts' progression system is a bit strange since everything unlocks based on points. You don't even have to go to World 2 if you have enough points to buy World 3. Replaying levels still rewards you with points, which means if you watch any Scribblenauts any% speedrun, you'll notice that a lot of it is grinding the same level for points until they can afford the final world. This would make for a not very interesting challenge run, since I would never be forced to encounter any new puzzles or find any different solutions. I could just coast off the items I chose to beat the first level until I grind enough points for World 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not going to replay any levels at all.
Man, Scribblenauts was so good.
If I ever get to the point where there are no more levels for me to complete, I will just be forced to add another object. The fourth
it almost made me want to play the game again.
This one's for you. It says that you must like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Doing so will help me grow and hopefully help me reach 10,000 subscribers before my 1-year anniversary on YouTube.
Oh, damn.
This is my favorite rule. Before we do start, I want to give a quick shout out to Soap Agent. He is the Scribblenauts world record holder, and he helped me out by answering a ton of questions and showing me a lot of the cool tricks I will now be showing you.
Very cool.
And that's basically it. I figured the best way to start with this challenge was just to get a run under my belt with my gut intuitions. Very importantly, I named this file Gun, because, well, even my file name is technically a word, and the last thing I wanted was people hitting me with the actually in the comments about this.
Yeah.
At the beginning of Scribblenauts, you are forced to play 11 tutorial levels. This is important because that means I can't do what I do best and avoid all of my problems just yet. Any level that requires us to summon here must be completed, which means we have to find objects that we'll want to use for the rest of the run and try to consolidate them to as few as we can. Luckily, most of the levels in the tutorial don't actually require you to summon anything. They're just teaching you the mechanics of how to interact with the world. There's actually only 3 levels that require a summon in the tutorial. The first one just
well, shit. Guys, I got an emergency, so gonna have to unfortunately cut earlier today. I know it's way shorter than usual, not even 2 hours, it's pretty bad. But very sorry, there's a problem that I need to address. It's nothing crazy, Just so I make everyone happy, I'm gonna give you a kiss. Mwah. There you go. Well, guys, thanks for watching, who stayed, and see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, tomorrow, absolutely, we're gonna play WoW, new patch. So, Mythic Plus, new everything. Sad that we didn't manage to watch the whole thing, but, you know, problems are problems. Sometimes it happens, so, yeah. Sorry, guys. Bye-bye.